Hey there everyone, my name is Alex and welcome to the first part of my devlog series focusing on the development of my current game project, which is a mobile roguelike game. As this is the first episode, I'd like to take you through the history of the project and where it is currently, but before that, a little bit about me. So I'm a junior games technology graduate from the University of the West of England in Bristol, England. I graduated at roughly this time last year, achieving a 2-1 for my degree. Over the past year, I spent time working on my game development skills and trying to improve on what areas of development I didn't already have much experience with. This is part of the reason for focusing on a mobile title as my first solo game. For several months, I wasn't working on any specific project and was instead just going through various tutorials that covered different aspects of Unity development. Eventually, a few months back, I decided that I wanted to take the skills that I've learned over the years through my time at uni and independently to develop my own project. So you may be wondering why I've decided on this specific project. The truth is, over the last year, these types of games have become a big new thing across mobile platforms, with one of the most notable examples a game called Arch Hero currently sitting at over 10 million downloads on the Google Play Store alone, with only being released just about a year ago. I'll be honest, I've spent a large amount of time on this game and others like it over the past year. In fact, according to my battery settings, I spent almost 10 hours playing this game in the last week alone. This is to say that I've learned a lot about some of the core features of these games through my playtime and decided I wanted to make my own version of one of these games with some added gameplay features and things that I think are missing from other similar games. Originally with this project, it began following along with some tutorials for basic gameplay components that had been made by a Korean YouTuber. After following through these videos and getting an understanding for how some of the basic components work programmatically with this type of game, I began moving on to further building on these concepts through my own understanding. So let's next take a look at where this project is currently and what plans I have to add to it. As you can see, the game features an auto attack system which only attacks when you are currently standing still. If you are moving around the game world, then you will not be attacking, you only attack when you stay still. This also features lots of abilities for the player to obtain through leveling up. These abilities affect how the player attacks through adding additional projectiles, increasing the damage and attack speed, and also through elemental effects on hit. In fact, the elemental attacks are one of the most recent additions to the project, so let's discuss these real quick. Currently, there are 3 elemental types that have been implemented fully. These are electric projectile, fire projectile, and poison projectile. Hitting an enemy with any of these abilities active will cause a unique effect to take place. The electric projectile will locate all enemies within close proximity to the enemy targeted and apply splash damage equal to 25% of the player's projectile damage. The fire projectile causes a burning effect on a single target where it will apply damage every quarter second for a grand total of 2 seconds to a targeted enemy. Similarly, the poison projectile causes a draining damage to the enemy lasting until they die. On top of these abilities, there is also an elemental damage boost ability that can be obtained once any elemental type is in use. This ability will boost the damage of elemental attacks by 50%. You can also see that the various different elemental attacks will all have their own color-coded text with them, as well as their own stat pages that appear on the pause stat screen. So that's a quick overview on what I've been working on recently with this project. Obviously it's a long way from completion, and in the future there'll be a whole menu scene the player uses to select the current level they are playing and much more. I'm also planning a large scale customization system which will allow players to completely change their playstyle in the way that they want. At this point, I'm not sure if this project will ever be released commercially, but I'm interested in seeing it through as far as I can to get it to the point that I can say I've developed my own video game. As such, I'm hoping to keep a weekly running update to this dev diary, showing what progress has been made each week. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and if you have, be sure to leave me a comment about anything particular you're interested in as far as this project is concerned. Thanks for watching.